Hi, I'm Andrew Cuthbert. I've been in tech for a long time. This has been my first real venture into serious fintech. I am lucky to lead the development team behind Legacy Score. I want to show you what we've achieved so far, a little bit about what Legacy Score might do for you, and also, of course, tell you what's coming next in the future and why. So, should probably start off why I got involved in Legacy Score. Well, I'm working mainly healthcare. I've seen a huge number of changes through digitization. But despite that, fintech just hasn't moved as quickly. Guess there's a whole raft of reasons for that, but financial services are much less tangible to the consumer. The regulation is pretty different across debt, investments, and insurance. And also, well, fintechs, they try to monetize their customers from day one. I just didn't really think that was fair or reasonable. It was more we needed something that was much more social and beneficial to the user. So what I'll do now is share my screen and let you have a look at what Legacy Score really is. Yeah, so here's one I've prepared earlier. In my case, I've signed up to Legacy Score. Now that can take a few minutes. It's going to ask you information on what your current job is, if you're employed or if you're still working as such. It's also going to ask you information on the various assets and ask you also to share your credit score with the platform. We work with Equifax, a number of trusted partners in this regard, and believe me, it's totally safe. You can share this information. No one's going to see or share your secrets. So what is the legacy score? As you can see, I've got a reasonably low legacy score. Well, it's an overview of our readiness for the future. Identifies how ready you are for the next steps in life, where that might be starting out in a career, starting a new company, like in my case with legacy score, or getting ready for retirement and long-term planning at the other end of the journey. We didn't want to restrict our users in a way that they can access the service. And we work with some of the best data providers in the UK, as I mentioned. So Legacy Score allows you to add assets really, really simply. I mean, I can add my car, I can add my properties, I can add my bank accounts, and also shares in private and public businesses. This is as easy as 1, 2, 3. But I type in this case, if it's a UK registered vehicle, the fact it's a car, the registration number, and the mileage, and that instantaneously provides me a value through our vehicle partner. So why would you want to do that? I mean, yeah, what is the benefit? Well, in my case, I'm pretty diverse in what I do. I want to be able to compare and contrast the various assets, how they change in value over time. And Legacy Score does that for me. It'll look at my crypto assets and look at the latest prices, as well as look at what I purchased my crypto tokens for. It'll also then help me on my companies, tracking companies' house data, understanding what may influence the valuations of these companies, and also if there's been any fresh share issuances in any company I might have invested in financially. When it comes to vehicles, again, you may just want to know what your car is worth, what you're worth in the event of the worst. And yep, I find that pretty useful. Now, when it comes to other information, financial services, that is, well, we all want to get the best deal on financial services. At the end of the day, they don't really give us much tangible. They cost us money, and it's better to get a low rate of debt than a high one. So in this case, I can track the equity position of my properties and share this data with third parties, such as my financial advisor. That can be very useful because then they can take this information and start to understand if I'm getting a good deal or not. Can they really help me? That which is important. In my case, well, my dad died when I was 7. He was only 31. I've always believed that I might go early as well. So in my case, my life insurance and all the various assets that I'm involved in are shared with my wife. She can see what I have, and that's really useful to me because I'm aware she's not keeping up to date with everything I'm involved in. maybe small investments I make, maybe bank accounts I might have, things like that, which he really needs to know if the worst should happen. I also can store my will here and share that with all my beneficiaries and my executor. Again, making it really easy to find all this information in one place. So when it comes to my non-liquid assets, if anything should happen, my wife knows that the percentages or shareholdings I have in the companies I'm involved in, she can see and kind of an understanding of what it is that the company is currently worth. So you probably wonder, how do we make money? What's the catch? Well, in the UK, the answer is pretty simple. We're making money from helping you find the right provider of financial services. Now, we do not give any advice. We simply present your data back to you in a way that you can make useful, and also that we hope is pretty useful to the financial service providers that you use as well. We want you to work with the most reputable companies, and whether that's helping you invest a windfall, you've come into money for some reason, and you need to make sure that that lasts, or whether that is helping you get a better rate on debt that you receive, or insuring for the worst. We're here to provide you with the right information that's appropriate for you. So I'd like to thank you for your time. Hopefully you'll sign up the Legacy Score and have a little go yourself. I appreciate it.